Thank you so much for choosing What's New on this Thursday evening. It's 11:11 today, in case you're into that kind of thing. We're exactly 2 weeks away, by the way, from Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I mean, wow, that happened very quickly. I'm Jay Crawford alongside Lynna Lai. Lynna's in for Betsy Kling. Lynna, a very good Thursday to you and to everyone watching at home.
Thank you for having me, and happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely. I echo your words exactly.
All right, let's get started first at 5. Akron school leaders and the teachers union met today following growing concerns regarding student behavior. Behind closed doors, Akron school leaders and the teachers union spent hours today discussing safety concerns and student behaviors. Today's discussion was focused on detailing the issues and going over data. Amanda Abraham has the latest.
It comes after the Akron Education Association, representing more than 2,400 members, passed a resolution of no confidence in the district's Office of Student Support Services and Security. Some of the main concerns stem from reported fights and issues in the district. In one case, WKYC was sent a video of a fight at Kenmore Garfield High School that left about a dozen students suspended. One administrator caught in the middle, struck in the face. In a separate incident, a student was caught with a loaded pistol in their backpack.
We have to have the district follow our collective bargaining agreement and our code of student behavior.
Akron superintendent wasn't available to speak on camera, but the district released this statement saying, quote, "Our meeting was productive and we will continue to work together in the best interest of our students, families, and staff on this matter. We would all be wise to remember we are dealing with children, some of whom have serious challenges in their lives. This requires compassion and patience," end quote. Union President Pat Shipe acknowledged that it's not an easy task to handle, but it is a priority.
To say that it's a hard problem to solve is not in our vocabulary. We will figure it out, and we will make sure that our students receive the best education that they deserve.
The Akron Public School District says they've added additional resources like increasing staffing for school security. Of course, both parties, the school and the teachers union, hoping they come up with a solution soon. Amanda Abraham, 3 News.
All right, Amanda reporting from Akron. Thank you.
Now on your feet at 5, dozens of car owners are headed in for repairs. This after a gas station in Avon Lake likely sold contaminated fuel to its customers. Brandon Simmons has been working on this story all day. He spoke to mechanics to see what fixes are necessary and has information for customers who might be affected.
When you go to the gas station to fill up, you probably don't question what's coming out of the nozzle. You select a grade and assume it's right. But late Monday into Tuesday, it appears customers at the Avon Lake Speedway at Walker Road and Route 83 weren't getting what they paid for.
We do know we've had quite a few cars come in. We've got about 5 or 6 in the building right now.
Auto repair shops nearby have dozens of cars waiting to be fixed and hundreds more inquiries. The experts at Automotive Specialty Services believe customers may have been given diesel fuel by accident, indicated by gas samples with a green hue.
That tells us there's contamination, heavy oil content, which again is most likely like a diesel fuel. And this is a comparison for what gasoline should look like.
And the repair process isn't simple. At the very least, customers need their fuel tanks drained, fuel lines flushed, a fuel induction system cleaning, and probably spark plugs. For others, it's even worse.
The longer you drive it, the more damage it's going to cause.
Speedway shut down Tuesday when they first received reports about the tainted gas and offered a customer service number for customers who were affected. This afternoon, technicians were removing the out-of-service signs, preparing to reopen. But for those who bought the tainted gas already, it could be days before they're back on the road, in for extensive repairs at no fault of their own.
Just nothing you can do to prevent it, especially when, you know, it's out of your hands with what was underneath the ground.
Wow, big problem on this one. So if you notice that your car is stuttering, you have acceleration issues, stalling, or the check engine light comes on, those are indicators you have a problem, especially if you bought gas Monday or Tuesday at this specific station. It's something you don't want to wait to get taken care of.
All right, there may be folks watching right now who bought gas there and now the light's going off. Wait a minute, my car has not been performing right. What do they do?
Yeah, the first thing you want to do, make sure you get that car to a shop immediately and have it towed if possible. Second, you can file a complaint with Speedway, which is owned by 7-Eleven. We have the number for them on our website. And remember, this is a very expensive fix, so it's something where you want to make sure you hold on to all the paperwork just in case later on 7-Eleven Speedway comes back and maybe they'll cover the cost. That's something we'll have to wait and see on.
All right.
Wow. I mean, and so then I have a question. Do you go through the insurance? Do the insurance companies go? There are lawsuits that could potentially come from this. How much does this cost? You said it was expensive.
Well, up front, you're looking at hundreds, and depending on your car model, could be thousands of dollars. So, I mean, this is something where you don't want to lose the receipts. So you want to make sure you have that stuff to turn it in later. And don't call the Better Business Bureau just yet. Give Speedway some time to really take care of the problem on their own.
Okay.
Hopefully they do take care of all of the problems.
We'll wait and see.
All right, Brandon, thanks.
Sure.
Today, we honor those who have given so much for our freedom, our veterans. Our 3 News photojournalists captured the spirit of today across our local communities.
What so proudly we held.
For all the veterans who have passed on, who have been and who have given sacrifice for our country, that we all remember them.
Stand beside her and guide her.
President Dwight Eisenhower officially changed the name to Veterans Day, a change to better honor veterans of all wars.
Veterans Day is an extremely important day of the year, but has a new significant meaning in our hearts this year especially, because of the passing of our hometown hero, Navy Corpsman Max Sobiech. We celebrate this day to honor the ones who put their lives on the line to defend the freedoms that we often take for granted.
This is what Veterans Day is about. It's the opportunity for us to say thank you, the opportunity for us to remember what our veterans have done. On Veterans Day, we pay tribute to all our veterans, whether living or dead.
Wow.
We all know veterans. We all know people who are either serving currently or who have served. And we really, I've made it a point for the last 20 or so years, whenever I see a service man or woman in uniform, I always take a second, walk up to them. They have no idea what's going on. And I just tell them, thank you for their service.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much they appreciate that. I'm sure they hear it a lot, but we cannot say it enough. And on this day in particular, we pay tribute to all of those men and women who have served our country. It's the highest honor you can really give your country, is to serve
And to
for
see
it.
those images, and we thank our photojournalists to bring us that spirit of the day. You still get chills.
I do.
You know,
Yeah.
And to your point, you know, I'm sure veterans can't hear thanks enough.
Absolutely.
Really, truly.
Yeah. Only takes a second, and it means a lot. For a complete Veterans Day guide, you can text the word veteran to 216-344-3300, and we'll send a list right to your phone.
This is just about the last thing we want to hear today. A shortage of Santas? We really call them Santa's helpers, right? Because that's who they are. But we'll take a look at the holiday hassle.
Then, ready, set, snack. Today, Matt Wintz makes popular muffins. At least they're popular at his house. Not sure how popular they'll be with our 3 News staff, but we're going to give them a try later. I'm sure they're yummy. We'll show you how he makes them and what makes them so special.
And
speaking of Matt, here he is, bringing us another awesome weather day. Matt, take 2 stars out of petty cash and pay yourself.
Wow.
I know, we're going all out.
Yeah, I'd rather have it in writing and just send it to the bosses. That'd be great, Jay. But yeah, beautiful day today. The cooking segment going to be the first and the last, by the way. That'll be coming up. In terms of your outdoor forecast, we're tracking that highly advertised. We've been talking about all week rain that'll be moving from west to east. It's going to be gusty at times. We'll have downpours, and then the temp's going to drop. We'll talk about this and the latest on that weekend snow chance coming up. Yeah. You guys are going to have a great F block. Yeah, right. So, River licked the bowl today, but I kept it sanitary, so. Hemp seeds. Yeah, those okay. Empire. Now that's a jingle. Everyone's saying that.
Welcome back to What's New. As we have told you many times right here on this program, companies are desperately looking for employees ahead of the holiday season. The National Retail Federation is estimating retailers will hire, get this, between 500,000 and 665,000 seasonal workers, which is much higher than they hired last year. That was 486,000 in 2020. To attract more workers, they are, of course, offering some pretty decent incentives. Here's just a couple of them. Macy's, in certain locations now, offering $15 starting wages for their new employees. Again, these are seasonal employees. It's also offering a debt-free education program and one additional flexible paid holiday. Walmart is upping the ante. They're paying $17 an hour and is also offering free college tuition. Now, I imagine that the free college tuition and any secondary education money is probably for seasonal workers who end up staying on.
Right.
It's probably not for those folks that are just going to work 2 or 3 months. But, I mean, that goes to show you, Lynna, just what kind of shortage we are in when it comes to labor, because these companies traditionally have not offered those kind of dollars and those kind of incentives.
No, they haven't. And, even my teenager's 14.
Yeah.
She doesn't even, her services for babysitting are in such high demand that she is calling the shots. I'm like, what is happening?
Wow.
It's the shortages everywhere.
Yeah. I wonder what the going rate is these days for $1 an hour for babysitters.
She's making more reffing soccer. So now she's turning down the babysitting jobs because there's a shortage of refs.
Wow, no, of course there is.
Yes.
There's a shortage of seemingly everything.
And here we go. This too, a shortage of Santas. The need for workers isn't just affecting businesses across the country. Even the jolly old elf himself in the big red suit is having a hard time finding helpers. Santa Claus will still be coming to town, of course, but his helpers are asking that we book them early in advance. Some Santas retired and some stopped due to concerns about COVID-19. If you perhaps have a bit of an extra holiday spirit that you like to share, check out hiresanta.com.
Wonder what that pays.
Don't even.
Wonder what that pays.
Is it itching?
You know, listen.
Is it soft now?
It is. It's soft now because I started using these little drops.
Oh, beard oil.
Yeah, that's just changed my. Matt, have you ever used those?
I tried. It's too oily.
It is a little oily. It goes away, but the itching is gone, which is tremendous. So I'm glad to see that.
So I mean, well, you know what? How much are they? Santa
What are they
needs
paying?
some help.
Yeah. If you need a Santa, could be in the market.
Do you think it'll grow out full by?
I doubt it.
No, come
no. I mean, that's what, a month away, six weeks away. I mean, it's growing very slowly at this point, but it is all white. So
looks good.
I pass that requirement for sure. Your weather word today, I can't wait to see how you fit this in.
Beard oil.
No.
Right.
It's just about as good. because I don't know how he's going to work this in. Santa.
Oh, geez, Jay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Unreal. Hey, I was going to say, you have a couple of these treats that I'm making a little bit later. You have a couple of those. You'll be working on the Santa belly as well. So
very good. No, they're vegan. They're healthy, right?
Doesn't mean they don't have sugar.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the vegan stuff has so much sugar in it, it's unhealthy anyway. Anyway, we'll go over that coming up. First, let's chat weather. We'll try to get that word in there, Jay. Gusty downpours, this is what we've been talking about all week. This is that cold front. Remember, this was a powerful system off the west coast. It has now made it eastward. This is our pattern changer, folks. Bye-bye nice days. I hate to say that, at least for now. We're clear in Cleveland area out towards the east. Here comes the soaking rain. This is going to move in quickly. It'll start light. It'll become moderate. Then it's just downright heavy as you get down towards Sandusky, Willard, areas of down towards the Columbus area. Marion getting some heavier rain. You see all this advancing east. Everyone going to get rain here this evening. This is the actual front. This is the one I'm going to keep an eye on. That little tiny skinny line of heavier downpours. I think we could get some pretty gusty winds with that as it taps into some jet stream level winds. So I'll keep an eye on that to see if it further develops this evening. All part of a bigger system, though. This is now an occluded area of low pressure. It's just wrapping up on its own. You see the snow on the northern end of that. For us, we've got really two phases. We've got the rain tonight. It's going to be out of here quickly. Tomorrow, we settle into, this is called the dry slot of the system. So you get clear skies. It's not bad. So we're going to have a beautiful start to our Friday as we're right in this section. And then late in the day, this will wrap around. We'll have the rain and, yeah, some snowflakes tomorrow night. So a mere 24 to 36 hours from now, we could have some flakes of flying. Look at the big picture. Look how much this encompasses all the way up towards Santa's territory up in the North Pole. This system's really wrapping in. And you can see the colder air coming down as well. That is going to be our pattern changer as we stay on the cold air side of things over the next 7 days or so. Look at the warmth though out ahead of this front. Boy, we're hanging on to it. 70s and 60s. Here's the dividing line where the rain starts. It'll knock your temps back into the 50s and 60s. And the winds have been gusty at times. Not seeing any crazy gusts out there, but it's been breezy enough to blow the leaves around that you just raked. But notice the wind gusts over the 6, 7, 8 o'clock hour, perhaps up to 40. And then we remain breezy overnight tonight. National Design Mart hour by our forecast tracking the rain east. 8, 9 o'clock, we're dealing with downpours Cleveland east. Look how quickly we clear out. By midnight, this thing's out of here. We're already clearing the skies out. Perfect start, crisp, but beautiful tomorrow morning. Like nothing even happened. We'll have sunshine all day through about the 2 or 3 o'clock hour. Clouds fill back in. This is the backside of the system, and you can see how it's just a scattering of rain and snow. Not anticipating a big deal with this. It's just going to be a little bit different around here. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast, 55 tomorrow. Not a bad day till late. 40s in the weekend, and we've got some new developments, some models, interestingly, bringing a little bit more snow in here Sunday. We'll detail that next half hour.
All right, thanks, Matt. Coming up next, getting in the vegan spirit. Matt is back to introduce us to a wildly popular type of muffins in the Wentz home. How you can whip up a batch too.
I'm looking forward to trying these. And by the way, Matt, very creative on the weather word. That was very well done today. Speaking of Matt, you know, yesterday we put out a call for more pets to react to his forecast.
Yes.
We're going to find out if they delivered. That's coming up in your Worth the Watch. This is really turning into a thing, Matt Wentz.
Yes, I do.
All right, it is time for our Ready, Set, Snack segment. We have a lot of fun with this. We do it once a week. That's where we bring you some new dish that you can try at home. They're usually very easy to make. And instead of having a chef come in this week, we decided we're going to use our own resources to recognize World Vegan Month.
I'm excited.
They get a whole month now.
I'm excited. Yeah,
I am
this is
too.
my first segment of such. So both Matt Wentz and Stephanie Haney eat vegan, so we asked them to dish up their favorite vegan party dishes. Tomorrow we'll get to see Stephanie's dish, but today we are seeing what Matt is bringing to the table. Bring it.
So, Steph, this week, what we're going to do is make something that's a little bit different for tailgating, all right?
Okay.
It's going to be more of a breakfast snack.
Ooh.
All right, watch out. First thing you need, though, before you cook in our kitchen is an NBC towel.
Okay.
You put it over your shoulder. It makes you look like you know what you're doing.
Well, that's important.
I do not. So what we're going to do, we're going to bake apple hemp muffins, all right? They are vegan, right, because it's vegan month. So real simple. So what we're going to do, ingredients, we have a lot of whole wheat flour. We've got almond flour. Hemp seeds is a big one. That's going to cost you a little bit of money, but they're worth it. They give you all sorts of protein. And then we've got cinnamon, some baking powder, and we also have some salt. We're going to do dry and then wet, and then we're going to mix it and then throw them in. Super easy, right?
I love it.
So I'll give you this bowl. Go ahead. Let's put all the dry ingredients together.
I like that this has the hemp seed in it, or hemp seed, right?
Yeah, hemp
Because
seeds.
everyone is always asking how vegans get their protein.
Right, right.
Like it's just not possible.
And one of the things I think is you don't need as much protein as people think, right? All the magazines, you know, when your workout magazines like Men's Health I used to read growing up, it says, you know, you need your meat, you need 30 grams of this, 30 grams of this. You can get a lot of that from lettuce and greens and also hemp and things like chia seeds as well. So we'll mix that together real nicely. Then we're going to add our wet ingredients. That includes maple syrup. We've got applesauce. That'll give the apple hemp part. Some vanilla, unsweetened almond milk, and some vanilla extract as well. So we'll throw those in there.
Okay.
We're going to mix it all up. And what we'll do is I'll have you scoop that out, put it in here just like you're making muffins, right?
Okay.
And then I'll make the crumble off to the side. This will go on top once you scoop them in. So the crumble's real easy. You can use this for all sorts of muffins. We've got almond flour, brown sugar. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean you're healthy. And then coconut oil that's melted.
A little extra on the side there. Now,
Right.
Matt, I have to ask, when did you decide to go vegan, or why?
So we're not vegan. We are selectively vegan. So we go to Swenson's probably once a week. But when we cook at home, we, you know, wanted to have a healthier lifestyle, and a lot of the vegan stuff, you know, our friends got into it initially, and it was easy. Yeah, once you learn how to cook, you know, without eggs, you know, getting your protein certain ways. It's kind of easy to do, and you get used to it, you know? So,
yeah,
all right,
totally.
so we're going to add this crumble on top, too.
Okay.
It looks kind of weird at first, but I'll tell you, once it hardens, it turns into the crumble you see in those bakeries. So we'll do that. 350 is what your oven's going to be at. It's going to be 20 to 25 minutes. And finished product, once you get it in there, good enough.
It smells so good.
Finished product, here we go. This is when it comes out.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
Those are so good.
Aren't they cute? They're just really cute. They've got the hemp seed and the crumble on top. Super delicious for your pre-tailgate. Takes, you know, maybe a total of 30 minutes.
That's perfect for people like me who are walking out to the tailgate literally 10 minutes after you wanted to leave.
Right, late. You can throw them in a bag, you're good to go. And here they are, guys. Only 2 days old, right, since we recorded it. No, I'm just kidding. I made these this morning. But
And we get to try.
You could try them. The crumbles are crumbly, so, you know.
I got to tell you, that stuff, those crumbles,
Yeah.
whatever they're called
Yeah.
officially, I can't get enough of them.
Right.
So,
You know, you go to a bakery, you see them all over. It's like, I'll take that one versus the plain one.
I
Yeah.
had one yesterday.
You did have one yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
And what I like
Oh,
about
my.
it is that they're not too sweet.
Right.
'Cause I was telling
That's what
you
you're
that
saying.
a lot of vegan desserts, I find to be super sweet, but
Right.
this is not.
A lot,
is that because they're just pouring the sugar in to give it some sort of flavor?
Right, because a lot of vegan desserts don't have that flavor because
Right.
it's missing, you know, the salt or whatever else, you know, comes with that. And so they put a lot of maple syrup or sugar in it to make it over sweetened. And
But
that's
this did not need that.
yeah, not too bad. I did make these a little sweeter for Jay, though.
About it.
They are.
These are delicious.
Yeah.
The recipe's on our website, right?
Yep.
WKYC.com.
It's,
I might try these.
Now, hemp seeds is not to be confused with pot.
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean,
These are legal, right?
to each his own. Right, right. Hemp seeds is a good source of protein, much like chia seeds.
It's a superfood.
Right, right. It's
Yeah.
a complete protein. So,
All right, these are tremendous.
Stephanie got a great one tomorrow too.
Yeah, I'm
so
looking
I
forward
can't
to
wait
that.
to see that. It'll
She
be
gave me a
good.
little bit of a preview.
Right.
It's an easy but elaborate vibe, we'll say.
Okay,
I
wow.
love how they take that shot when you have a mouthful of food.
I know.
Like, what,
Right.
what
Zoom
is
in
going
Steph's
on
mouth.
back there?
Right.
I was told a long time ago, never eat on TV. Never followed that rule.
Every show.
Don't put food in front of me and I won't eat.
Yeah, Shamrock Shake started that for you.
Matt, today's all about you, bro. I mean, this is like Matt Wednesday.
Doesn't
here on
have
What's
to be.
New.
Every day's Matt
We aired a
Wednesday.
video of a dog barking at a cat watching Matt do his forecast.
This is so awesome.
And then Matt put out the call for other fans on our 3 What's New Facebook page to do the same thing. And a couple of them responded. You saw that? That's Lady right there, watching the dog bark at the cat, watching Matt. And then Oscar got in on the act. That's Oscar on the right. Matt, I checked with Nielsen. Your Q rating with pets in Northeast Ohio just set a new record. I mean,
absolutely.
You are the official meteorologist of all pets in Cleveland.
Can I tell you, our viewers, first of all, are amazing. Second of all, I'm off tomorrow, so we can stop doing this.
No, we have to keep going.
But it's amazing to see.
It is.
It's like that feedback thing where you get all the animals in there.
Infinity mirrors.
Yeah. So, but a huge thanks to all the viewers who shot video of their
They never
animals.
let us down.
Yeah, they never do. They never
We
do.
ask, they always deliver.
Good stuff.
These are delicious.
Let's keep it going.
Right.
Still ahead on What's New. We've all heard of a ladybug, but what about a lady beetle? There is a difference, and some homes are being invaded. We'll explain why coming up.
Now, I've seen what I thought were ladybugs the last couple of days in my home. Maybe they're beetles. And we continue to honor our veterans, including retired soldier Travis Mills. He sits down with our Sarah Shookman, explaining the importance behind his foundation and how you can help.
And 3 News has a new contest going on, how you can win hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars to Giant Eagle just by watching WKYC. We are live with tonight's lucky contestant coming up.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
We begin at 5:30 with 3 things you need to know. We have new details on the kidnapping and murder of Alicia Pointer. Late this afternoon, East Cleveland Police Chief Scott Gardner confirmed that a 4th suspect has been taken into custody. Police arrested Brittany Smith today. They're still looking for 2 more suspects, Hakeem Ali Shomo and Anthony Duran Bryant. Pointer's body was found in a burned home Tuesday evening.
The Sheffield Lake officer who says he was targeted by his former police chief's racist act shared his story today. Officer Keith Poole announced today he is filing a discrimination charge with the Ohio Civil Rights Commission, triggering a full investigation. The incident at the station was captured on video in June as Chief Anthony Campo placed a note on a raincoat set aside for Poole that read Ku Klux Klan. Minutes later, Campo made a cone-shaped hat out of newspaper and asked Poole to wear it on his next service call.
My exact words were, "Are you serious?" And I just looked at him and like, what else can you say to the chief of police who done something so heinous and so awful to first black officer ever? It's not understandable. I can't understand it.
Officer Poole claims the harassment went back further and was seen widely by other city leaders, with Campo making other remarks and frequently creating racially offensive images, mocking himself and other employees, and posting them to department bulletin boards. Poole says he is now sharing his experience to make sure this doesn't happen again or in other departments. The city of Sheffield Lake would not comment, saying the matter is under litigation.
Lynna, dozens of car owners need repairs. This after a gas station in Avon Lake likely sold contaminated fuel to its customers. Late Monday into Tuesday, it appears customers at the Avon Lake Speedway at Walker Road on Route 83 put contaminated gas in their vehicles. The experts at Automotive Specialty Services believe customers may have been given diesel fuel by accident. Speedway shut down and offered a customer service number for customers who were affected. This afternoon, technicians were removing the out-of-service signs, preparing to open. And on that note, we welcome you back to What's New, along with Lynna Lai, who's in for Betsy. I'm Jay Crawford. Quick sports note. Odell Beckham Jr. has found his new team. He will play for the Los Angeles Rams going forward. Now, it appeared there were reports last night that he was going to the Kansas City Chiefs. So it looks like he may have changed his mind. But the Rams have tweeted this out, saying it's official. He's now a member of the LA Rams.
All right.
So there you go.
Today's other top talker is obviously Veterans Day, and Northeast Ohio has stepped up its support to honor our veterans. Retired soldier Travis Mills is in town and stopped by the WKYC studios to chat with our Sarah Shookman. He shared his story while raising money for veteran families like his.
You know what? You can't always control your situation, but you can always control your attitude. And I keep the best attitude I can because I'm in control of that, no matter if I have arms and legs or not.
Retired Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills gets your attention with his positive perspective. Injured in an IED explosion in Afghanistan in 2012, he woke up on his 25th birthday a quadruple amputee.
The real key to my success is I quit asking why it happened. I think too many times people dwell on the fact that something happened, whether it's my story in the military or cancer related. And I found out that no matter how many times I asked why this happened, I was never gonna get the right answer. So I quit asking why, and I started just figuring out how can I go about life living it to the fullest.
After he recovered at Walter Reed, motivated by his wife and young family, he was determined to share his story.
I wanted to get back to these families going through the same thing, and that's why we started the Travis Mills Foundation, to bring these families together and let them know that they don't have to live life on the sidelines. They can still be active in society with their families.
So-called recalibrated vets like him and their families experience a week-long retreat in Maine.
We show them that life goes on and that they can still kayak and they can still downhill mountain bike and they can go horseback riding. And we give them this opportunity so that they can, live a positive life. And it's not just about the service member that's going through this. It's about their family, their spouse, their children.
It's empowering and healing, and it's all for free. But it fills up quickly. This Veterans Day, Travis is raising money here in Northeast Ohio, on stage at the Lorraine Palace Theater, with the help of country music superstar John Rich and Dave Mortosh Financial, who is personally matching up to $500,000 in donations.
Everything people donate, it gets matched automatically. $500,000 match, which is just out of this world awesome.
The retreat is currently expanding, adding a health and wellness center to serve families 42 weeks a year. But Travis has bigger plans, hoping to add even more facilities across the country.
It's all about how much we can do for other veterans and their families and how we can stretch every dollar to the maximum potential.
So with last night's show, guys, they have already raised some $760,000 as of this afternoon. And there's still more match money to go around. So you can find more information on how you can support the foundation on WKYC.com. And to all of our veterans today, and really every day, I mean, we just have to say thank you. Travis is just one of them who's doing amazing things for so many of his colleagues.
Incredible how he's turned a negative hand in life into something that is so positive for so many others. It's incredible.
So humbling.
Yeah, I think, and that camaraderie, you know, they really like have all learned so much from each other about what this next chapter of their life is going to look like. And Travis said that attitude is a very important part of it.
Wow, very good. Great story. Sarah, thank you. We want to take a minute to thank all of our veterans that work here at WKYC. Manager of Technology and Operations, Adam Kenyon. The legendary Leon Bibb, Regional Finance Director Steve Hensley, and our security guard James Jones. What a great guy. All of them wonderful men. And we also want to thank all of the men and women who are serving now or who have served at some point to help our great nation stay free. We recognize all on this Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Ladybugs seem to be coming out of the woodwork. Have you seen them this past week? It's warm outside. They're coming in. But it might be the sweet little ladybug. It might not be, rather, the sweet little ladybug that you think it is. Homes are being invaded by its angry and invasive cousin, the Asian lady beetle. Yes, they both have red, orange, and black color variants and spots on their backs. However, the two are very different. You can see the ladybug there on the left. The Asian lady beetle is actually bigger, and sometimes they'll bite. They like to get you around the neck, which is a little creepy. Now, this beetle that you see there, the lady beetle rather, will have either an M on its back or something that looks a little like a butterfly. You can see it right there in that picture.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, the bites are harmless. They're not going to do anything to you other than annoy you. But just the fact that when we see a ladybug, we're like, oh, cute little ladybug. Let me take it outside. But be careful. If it's not a ladybug and it's instead a lady beetle, you might get a bite.
That ain't no lady.
No, that's not a lady. That is not a lady.
Not going to make an Asian comment either, even though I am. The angry Asian beetle? Okay. So, you know, I see these ladybugs, and I wonder if they are, because they're like brownish. They're not red,
they're
like
not as
the
brilliant
cartoon red.
as they usually are.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's the lady beetle or if that's just this time of year they lose some of their color. I don't know.
Okay.
But one way or another, I'm going to treat them differently from now on. I'm going to assume that they're all this angry lady beetle. And I'm going to
But don't crush them, right? Because they smell, apparently, when they give off some kind of odor when they're crushed, and can also stain surfaces. So supposedly the best way is to vacuum them up and then, you know,
get rid of them that way. Yeah. They can die a slow death in the vacuum cleaner. This is horrible. Okay, let's change the subject. Still ahead, Giant Eagle has a new rewards program. We've teamed up with them to give away, get this, $10,000 in gift cards over the next 10 days. How you can play along at home and even have the chance to enter the contest. This is very exciting, Lynna.
Yes, and later, looking ahead to Brown Sunday, the 3 things the team needs to do to beat the Patriots. But first, Matt has our weather in a jiffy.
That's right, I do. And you know what? It's been such a busy afternoon, I forget what it is. So this is going to be ad lib as we showed. Oh, yeah, it's the dog and the wind. That's right. I remember picking this earlier today. I think this is how we all felt this afternoon outside. It was pretty breezy, and that will continue. The winds of change are blowing in. We've got that forecast to include some snowfall coming up. And if you hear the buzzers in the background, that's because Jay can't stop pressing his button for Throwdown Thursday coming up. That'll be exciting. We're tracking rain into Northeast Ohio this evening. It's going to be a soaker of an evening for everybody. It's now moving into the greater Cleveland area. Lorain County, Ashland seeing some heavier downpours. We've had so many pets viewing the last couple days that I want to give them something too. So I threw a bunch of arrows on here because the cats like that. And just want to say a big thank you to all the cats and dogs around the area for watching. Hope you're chasing those arrows now. All right, we got to move on. Off towards the east, we've got clearing conditions that are dry conditions right now, but that will quickly go downhill. You see some of the heavier rain heading down towards the Ashland area. Becomes a real decent downpour. Sandusky Islands right now getting some real good rain. Timing this out, it's moving east around 30 miles per hour. That put it into Akron at 6, Canton around 6:22, and then eventually out towards Alliance and Plain around the 6:50 time frame. Ashtabula County ditto that. You can see this is all part of a bigger system, right? We've got a little round of rain. Once it's out of here, it's out of here. This is that big system that continues to wrap up right now. That will be our pattern changer. Off towards the north, we have some snow in areas of northern Minnesota, expecting 8 to 12 inches up there, up towards International Falls. For us, though, we've got really two waves with this that'll head through. Early tomorrow, we'll settle into what we call the dry slot of this system, so likely sunshine. It'll be beautiful, like nothing happened tomorrow morning, a little bit cooler. And then later on tomorrow, we'll see some showers work in. Those showers will start to mix with some snow tomorrow night on into Saturday as this thing really wraps up. I mean, look at the eastern half of the country, just an envelope of low pressure across the area. And that cold air in Canada will continue on that northwest flow. That's our pattern changer. It's the eastern half of the country that will enjoy the cooler temperatures from here. National Zymark hour by hour, heavier downpours in Cleveland over the next couple hours. That will advance east as we get into the 8, 9 o'clock hour. It's out of here by midnight. We've even got clearing skies. Should be a starlit night out all across Northeast Ohio. Temperatures getting down in the 30s, I think low 40s elsewhere. That wind will continue to be on the breezy side. Tomorrow we start dry. Clouds increase as that low spirals back in. And you can see the hit or miss showers and snow showers that we have tomorrow night. That will continue throughout the day on Saturday, especially up in the snow belt, but they'll be scattered around as well. Big picture, though, we're watching this clipper system off towards the north. This is the latest model run of the GFS. This has been a rain or snow system. This will head in Sunday. Here it is. But the GFS now bringing pretty much all snow with this, mixed with a little bit of rain, but it looks a little bit snowier. So that would bring perhaps an accumulating 1 to 2 if that verifies. That could change over the next couple days. But again, that Sunday, Monday system continues to be the one to watch. Union Home Mortgage 7-day. We're in the 40s this weekend. We'll clear things out, and boy, do we bounce back, Jay. Wednesday, we're up near 60 after all this, and then we have another cool down late next week.
All right, I'm focusing on Wednesday. That looks very nice. Thank you, Matt. Okay, I am super excited about this. Attention Giant Eagle shoppers. The grocery chain has a new rewards program available. Many of you are probably familiar with their current program. This one offers customers even more ways to save, and they can do it more often. It's called My Perks, and it complements Giant Eagle's existing Fuel Perks program, which I am a big fan of. But now, instead of a percentage-based program, My Perks is changing it a little bit. More of a dollars-based program, and here's part of the reason why.
That benefit for a percent off is for those who have the flexibility to save up their perks and redeem a larger percentage on a larger basket, because that larger percentage on the larger basket increases your savings. What we found is a lot of our guests are looking for more immediate and more frequent opportunities to both earn and redeem perks. And that's where My Perks, I think, really differentiates for a lot of our guests.
All right, so every 50 perks earned equals $1 in savings. Members can earn 1 perk per dollar spent on most items. That's fantastic. 2 perks for each gallon of gasoline pumped at get-go, and prescriptions will get you 5 perks. That's a pretty good deal.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of that program. I mean, anything where you can save, I'm all about.
Oh, now but not the coupon code.
I've learned it from Betsy.
But you'll get this here because
I've learned
it's
it from
instant.
Betsy. Yeah, this is automatic. I love it. I think it's great, especially the gas.
Yeah.
I one time filled up my entire tank for like 20 cents. Oh. That's a true story.
And you get that tingle of excitement there.
Great.
Speaking of perks today, there are also perks to watching 3 News. One lucky viewer gets a chance to win My Perks from Giant Eagle.
Yes. Leading up to Thanksgiving, a pre-selected viewer will get to answer a trivia question. If they get it wrong, then that amount will increase by $500. It's going to roll over to the next day during our 6 a.m. hour of Go. Then again, If they don't get that right, it rolls over to 500 more here at 5 o'clock on What's New.
So we're going to
It pays to watch.
Yeah, so we're going to tell you how you can enter in just a minute. But first, we have our first contestant.
I'm excited
It
about
is
this.
Jeff Swaboni from Strongsville.
Yeah, we saw him a little bit ago to go into a commercial break. How you doing, Jeff? You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, you have a chance to win some cold hard cash. Here's how the way it works. Since our viewer got it wrong this morning on Go, you now have a chance to win $1,000 in My Perks. You ready to go?
As a fellow BGSU alum, give me an easy one, Jay.
There you go, brother. All right, Isaac and Zuba, I'm going to try. You get 15 seconds after I read you the question. 15 seconds to think this out. The question is, Veterans Day was originally known as Armistice Day, Flag Day,
correct,
Remembrance Day, or Soldiers Day. You have 15 seconds.
Well, Jay, I know this one, so I'm going to give it. I'm going to give the Lady Warriors from Walsh a big shout out. They're playing in the state finals tomorrow for soccer, and it's Armistice Day.
Absolutely right. You get it right. How cool was that, Lynna? Not only did he know the answer, he waited so he could give a shout out to his team, and you win $1,000, Jeff. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Giant Eagle, and thank you, Channel 3.
All right, absolutely. Go BG as well. And, of course, we're going to tell you here in just a second off the air how you can collect your $1,000 in perks. How about that?
Yay!
We have our first
Thank you very
Jeff.
much. I appreciate
Great
it, guys.
job.
You're the best.
All right, Jeff.
Back
Thanks,
at
man.
ya.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, if you want to enter for a chance to play, head to WKYC.com/contest. We're giving away $10,000 in Giant Eagle gift cards over the next 10 days. We'll have a new contestant each day here on What's New at 5:45 and at 6:45 a.m. on Go.
All right, it's time for Clicking in Cleveland. Stephanie just came in the studio and said, wait a minute, am I eligible to win the 1,000? I don't think we are.
Oh, man.
I'll check for you, though.
All right, let's look into that. All right, so we're starting off with what is new for one of Bally Sports Ohio's sideline reporters for the Cleveland Cavaliers, at least for now, because Angel Gray is moving on from the land. She is moving to ESPN, and she posted a very sweet message with throwbacks from her time with the Cavs on Twitter today. She said the move is more overwhelming than she could have imagined, and our city has helped her grow into a better person and reporter, and she'll forever be grateful for this chapter of life. Congratulations, Angel, and feel free, come back and visit us whenever you want. Now listen, Sunday's Browns game against the New England Patriots has big playoff implications. ESPN says a win gives Cleveland a 68% shot at the playoffs, but a loss drops that to 38%. So here's what our 3 News sports analyst says the Browns need to do to win. We need a strong passing game. Remember, it was when the Browns beat the Bengals last year that Baker really got into his passing groove, so let's repeat that. We also need the defense to put pressure on New England rookie quarterback Mac Jones, and we've got to find ways to run the ball no matter who is on the field. We've had those issues with the running backs, of course, with those COVID-19 positives. Listen, Jay, Lynna, I believe in Dearness Johnson. I think we can get the job done.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, hoping for that.
Yeah, me too. Bill's tough. Man, Bill Belichick is tough to, he's like the Jedi Master. But I think we can do it. I think it's going to be a close game either way.
I think so too. But listen, Jay, Lynna, I want to go back to that ladybug and Asian lady beetles thing that we were talking about. And I took this video today at my home, my new house that I'm renting in Nolo. That's north of Lorraine and the west side of Cleveland. I'm trying to make that happen. So Nolo, remember that.
Nolo, I like that.
Now, when I moved in, I thought I saw a few ladybugs, and I was so happy. I thought my place was lucky. But look close here. That M is on that thing's head.
Oh,
that
wow.
is not a ladybug.
That's the lady beetle.
That's an Asian lady beetle. And so
be careful.
My place is not lucky after all.
No.
You should have seen me.
They bite.
Yeah.
All right.
Not happy about it.
Wow, so we've had our first sighting, at least officially.
It's a thing.
All right, thank you very much, Steph. Next, Creative Proposal, the local connection, coming up in Show Us Something Good. It's really sweet. You'll like it.
Meet Jeremy Black and Kara Drummond from Mentor. They met in art class back in 2012, but didn't date until several years later. Jeremy recently told his family he was ready to propose to Kara, but he wanted it to be special, of course. And check out what he pulled off. Jeremy proposed to Kara in the same art room where they met almost 10 years ago. He pulled it off with the help of his mom, Kim, who works for Mentor Schools. So special and creative. Congrats, guys. We wish you both the best.
That's pretty cool.
Look at that.
I mean, back to where it all began, Lynna. Right there, sort of full circle. We wish them all the best. I think those kids are going to be just fine.
They absolutely will, Dad.
We're out of time. We're back tomorrow at 5. We hope you join us then.
What Matters Most with Russ and me starts right now.
Now at 6, crackdown on violence.
We will make sure that our students receive the best education that they deserve.
Teachers and administrators come together to stop a disturbing trend that has sparked safety concerns in Akron schools. Also, speaking out.
It was not a funny joke. It was offensive and humiliating, beyond anything I've ever experienced.
A former Sheffield Lake police officer is taking legal action and revealing new allegations against his police chief. Sarah Shookman breaks down the details. Another outbreak? It is not COVID-19, but another dangerous disease that has health experts worried about a comeback, especially among children. And honoring our veterans.
All our veterans, past and present, thank you, honor you, we remember always.
We'll tell you about Veterans Day ceremonies across the country and here in Northeast Ohio to honor those who served.
From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Lynna Lai. Akron public school leaders and the teachers union met today following growing concerns regarding student behavior.
Amanda Abraham brings us more on what came out of the meeting and the hope for a long-term solution.
Behind closed doors, Akron school leaders and the teachers union spent hours discussing safety concerns and student behavior. Videos have surfaced showing students fighting. In one case, WKYC was sent a video of a fight at Kenmore Garfield High School that left about a dozen students suspended. One administrator caught in the middle, struck in the face. In a separate incident, a student was caught with a loaded pistol in their backpack. The Akron Education Association, representing more than 2,400 members, passed a resolution of no confidence in the district's Office of Student Support Services and Security.
We have to have the district follow our collective bargaining agreement and our code of student behavior.
Union President Pat Shipe says it's related to procedures and consequences for students who violate the code of student behavior. Akron Superintendent wasn't available to speak on camera, but the district released this statement saying, quote, "Our meeting was productive and we will continue to work together in the best interest of our students, families, and staff on this matter. We would all be wise to remember we are dealing with children, some of whom have serious challenges in their lives. This requires compassion and patience." The school district says they've added more security measures, including increasing staffing for school security. Shipe acknowledged that it's not an easy task to handle, but it is a priority.
To say that it's a hard problem to solve is not in our vocabulary. We will figure it out and we will make sure that our students receive the best education that they deserve.
Now, the union says that it was an open and honest discussion. They've got more meetings planned ahead. The hope is to get some of those long-term solutions in place. I'm Manny Abraham, 3 News.
Okay, Manny, in Akron. Thank you.
East Cleveland police say a 4th suspect has been arrested in the death of 22-year-old Alicia Pointer. Police caught up with Brittany Smith today after previously apprehending Nathaniel Polk Jr., Portia Williams, and Destiny Henderson. 2 suspects still remain at large. Investigators believe the suspects tortured Pointer and took her to several locations before finally killing her on Savannah Avenue and leaving her body inside a burned-out home. The Kyle Rittenhouse defense team called more witnesses today, including a Kenosha police officer and a doctor. This comes a day after Rittenhouse gave emotional testimony on the stand about his fatal confrontations with 2 of the victims. Today, lead witness for the defense, a use of force expert. Some of the video the expert told the jury from his perspective was that Rittenhouse was not the aggressor that night, supporting the teenager's testimony a day earlier.
In no way, shape, or form. The first time I saw Kyle, he actually de-escalated a situation.
Everybody that you shot at that night, you intended to kill, correct?
I didn't intend to kill them. I intended to stop the people who were attacking me.
And the court left the door open.
The line of questioning from the state yesterday sparking anger and multiple reprimands from the judge. The defense has now asked for a mistrial. That ruling could come tomorrow.
New tonight, the Sheffield Lake officer who says he was targeted by his former police chief's racist acts is filing a discrimination charge, asking the Ohio Civil Rights Commission to investigate. Officer Keith Poole spoke publicly for the first time today about that incident caught on camera back in June and shared more details about what was happening inside the department. Sarah Schuckman reports.
I felt like I'd been hit with a sledgehammer.
Sheffield Lake officer Keith Poole says this was the moment he found a note on his raincoat that read Ku Klux Klan, left there by his boss, former police chief Anthony Campo.
Can you say to the chief of police who done something so heinous and so awful to the first black officer ever? It's not understandable. I can't understand it.
Today, Poole and his attorneys released more video from that day in June, showing minutes later Campo made a cone-shaped hat out of newspaper, also synonymous with the nation's most notorious white supremacy group, and asked Poole to wear it on his next service call.
It was not a funny joke. It was offensive and humiliating, beyond anything I've ever experienced.
Poole is filing a discrimination charge against Sheffield Lake Police with the Ohio Civil Rights Commission, triggering a full investigation and the first step toward filing a civil lawsuit. His attorneys are also asking the Ohio Supreme Court to press Sheffield Lake to release more records. Officer Poole, who lost a great uncle to KKK violence, claims the harassment started shortly after he was hired in September 2020 and was widely seen and enabled by other city leaders.
And not only did he hurt me, but he hurt my family. He hurt my kids.
Poole says Campo made other remarks and frequently used his department computer to create racially offensive images like these on faceinwhole.com, targeting Poole, a Hispanic officer, and others, and posting them to department bulletin boards.
These images were racist, sexist, and totally offensive.
The city today wouldn't comment on the claims, saying they're under litigation. In June, Mayor Dennis Bring told 3 News about Campo.
I don't even think he fathoms how bad this is, and he's going to realize it. So, and shame on him, and you know what? I hope he gets whatever he deserves.
Campo retired the same day he was placed on leave and told 3 News by phone the incident was overblown and it was off-color humor. Poole's attorneys say they want the department to do the right thing.
We have no idea how far this went, but I promise you this, we intend to find out.
Officer Poole is still working with Sheffield Lake Police and says he's supported by his fellow 14 officers. He's a Lorain native with a 20-year career in law enforcement at other departments in the county. And Russ, he says he wants to be sure that this doesn't happen again here in Northeast Ohio or anywhere else.
Okay, Sarah Schuckman, thank you. The city of Beechwood welcomed its first female chief of police today. Catherine Dolan was sworn in this morning. She joined the department as a deputy chief back in September. Now, before that, the new chief managed more than 100 police officers at the Cleveland Metro Parks.
A major recall tonight on at-home COVID-19 test kits. The FDA says the Illume test kits have shown high rates of false positives, but the test reliability of negative test results has not been affected. The FDA gave the Illume test kits an emergency use authorization in December of last year. It's estimated there are about 2 million of the test kits on the market right now. Global health officials are concerned about a high risk of a measles outbreak amid the COVID-19 pandemic. It's all because of a new report from the WHO and the CDC showing 22 million babies missed their first dose of the measles vaccine last year. That's 3 million more than in 2019. Measles is one of the world's most contagious viruses, but it's also almost completely preventable through vaccination.
This may be the definition of bad luck. Dozens of drivers are sending their cars in for repair after filling up their tanks with bad gas. They all filled up at the Speedway gas station at the corner of Walker Road and Route 83 in Avon Lake. The station shut down pumps Tuesday after getting reports of tainted gas. But for those who already made the purchase, it was too late. Car experts tell us those who were affected could have their cars in the shop for days.
The very minimal fix on this is draining and cleaning of the fuel tank, flushing of the fuel lines. We have to do a fuel induction or fuel system cleaning to clean the injectors, and in a lot of cases, replace the spark plugs. I mean, it's a fairly extensive and labor-intensive repair.
7-Eleven owns Speedway, and they released a statement with a customer service number for people to call to report problems. If that is you, you're advised to hold on to any paperwork, like those receipts, because those repairs could cost thousands of dollars. We are still waiting for word tonight on when the official opening of the Opportunity Corridor will be. ODOT said the new route will be ready possibly by tonight or the end of the week. The roadway is meant to ease the flow of traffic into University Circle and the hospital districts nearby. The only section of the corridor that's open thus far is near the Cleveland Clinic down to Woodland Avenue.
Across the nation and here in Northeast Ohio, those who served our country were remembered and honored today.
Including at Arlington National Cemetery, where today marks 100 years of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. An unidentified service member from World War I was first laid to rest here, later joined by those from wars unknown to their families, but forever brothers in service and sacrifice. President Biden was at Arlington today, honoring the legacy during a wreath-laying ceremony. Now across the Potomac to Washington, thousands flocked for a special Veterans Day service at the World War II Memorial. By the way, this Veterans Day is the first in 20 years that America is not at war after withdrawing troops from Afghanistan back in August.
And closer to home, Governor Mike DeWine was in Milan today visiting Edison High School as part of their Veterans Day assembly. Navy Corpsman Maxton Soviak, who was among 13 service members killed in an Afghanistan attack in August, graduated from that school back in 2017. And in downtown Cleveland today, a memorial service and procession to honor military heroes. The ceremony and parade began at City Hall and also called special attention to members of the Coast Guard who protect our waterways with over 6,000 active duty reserve members.
And coming up tonight, making flags for this Veterans Day. How one local vet is using his unique skills to create a one-of-a-kind symbol of our country.
And no longer a Brown, we now know which team OBJ will play for next. Jimmy has that, plus a Browns COVID update coming up in sports. And Jason is here with a look at the forecast. Hey, Jason.
Hey there, Russ and Lynna. Hey, let's talk about this, what's happening behind me. Our next frontal boundary, this is system 1 of 3 in the 7-day, is getting ready to knock on our door. We'll tell you how quickly that's going to be moving out and what the rest of the week and even the weekend looks like across Northeast Ohio.
What Matters Most is sponsored by the Calvetta Brothers Floor Show. It's time to fall in love again with your home.
Okay.